One of the great things about Heartbrand for me is having the opportunity to really change a business, to be able to improve beef quality, to give people a product that they enjoy eating, and a wonderful beef eating experience. And for me, that's what really drives me forward.
Perfect, thank you.
What Heartbrand is doing is a whole new breed of cattle called Akushi cattle that originated from Japan. It's interesting. We've had no changes in the beef industry since the advent of box beef in the mid-70s. And we saw through the Akushi genetics for the past 8 years of how they totally changed the quality and the consistency of the carcass on the grading and the yield of cattle. And there's been nothing like that in the industry.
Welcome to The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minnick. Today we travel to Harwood, Texas, and the ranch where Heartbrand Beef raises a unique breed of cattle known as Akaushi. Originating from Japan, the Akaushi breed was brought to the United States through a loophole in the Trade Act of 1992. A small nucleus of cows and bulls was flown to the United States on a specially equipped Boeing 747. And today, the descendants reside at Heartbrand Ranch and many other ranches around the country. Through careful management and preservation of pure Akaushi bloodlines, Heartbrand runs the largest herd of Akaushi in the United States with more than 14,000 head.
In 2006, we had the opportunity to acquire all the assets from the original owners. So we, as a family, we all got together and said that was a program and a business we wanted to pursue because we all saw the opportunities it could do to help change an industry. We knew too that it wouldn't be easy and a lot of work, but our whole family signed on and started building our company, Heartbrand Beef. The amazing thing about the Akaushi cattle was how they passed their genetics to any other breed of cattle. Didn't matter if it was Brahman, Hereford, Charolais, Simmental, whatever breed of cattle that they were crossed with, they improved the carcass quality and also improved the yield grade of the animal, which was amazing. We have a protein source that has a positive ratio for your good fats, your monounsaturated fats to saturated fats. And this beef contained that. No other beef did. And so that was an amazing fact that we not only were looking at the finest, best, most consistent quality beef in the country, but also the healthiest product that you could eat.
One of my main focuses all the time is making sure that we're producing the best product, the best beef eating experience that we can do. And that starts with the way we raise our cattle. Our beef is all natural. We start everything on grass, and then we finish everything on grain, which gives it that great marbling, that great eating satisfaction.
When you grow cattle, you're a grass producer. Cattle eat grass, and to be the most efficient cattleman, you need to be the most efficient at growing grass. The cows spend their entire life out on the pasture, and the better you can take care of the land, the better you could be a better steward of the land that you're working to grow these cattle, the more efficient you are, and that would keep the animals also in the lowest stress environment as possible.
What's so great about Heartbrand is being a family-owned company, and me being a fifth-generation rancher, and even ranching some of the same lands that my grandfather ranched all the way back to the 50s. So I take great pride in being part of that long-term family heritage.
Heartbrand Akaushi genetics are currently being utilized around the world for hybrid vigor, increased premium opportunities, and cattle performance. What makes Akaushi cattle stand out is their combination of distinguished marbling with sound structure, high fertility, and modern body type. Heartbrand Akaushi cattle also calve easy, wean heavy calves, and remain in the herd for many years. Many ranchers use Heartbrand Akaushi genetics because it's a low-risk option that expands opportunities for grid premiums and quality-based markets that lead to increased profits.
The Akaushi breed is known for marbling, known for carcass excellence, as well as fertility, udder quality, longevity. When people introduce Akaushi genetics into their cow base, they really open up their marketability of their offspring. The Akaushi genetics, from what I've learned and studied and become a part of here at Heartbrand, is something that really gives me a lot of excitement for the future of what these cattle can do without sacrificing the production traits necessary to survive in a normal cow-calf operation. So we sell bulls from Florida to Montana, Arizona, up in New Hampshire. It covers a huge, vast different climate, different environment, and the Akaushi cattle have shown to be extremely adaptable. If producers want to DNA verify the cattle, if they want to keep them natural and participate, that option is eligible for them. If they want to use their normal marketing stream of marketing their cattle in any direction that they previously had, all that can stay consistent, all that can stay intact with just adding more carcass genetics into that cow base.
I'm one of those guys, I'm not a show guy. The only thing I raise cattle for is meat. I'm a beef eater. People around me are. We do it for that thing. Our good cows get bred back to the Akaushi bulls. We had 0% calving trouble. We raise a product that's going to be very, very good. And the calves are small, they grow well. I just think the Akaushi cattle have a thing going. The first time I ate one of the steaks, I was like, good God almighty. Now, it's one of those things that meat sells itself. That's the biggest selling point. It's if you have a good product and you get people to try it, it's where it's at.
We've been using Akaushi bulls on our cattle for 7 or 8 years now, and as we learn more about the Akaushi program, it was really interesting to us, really enticed us to think about making some changes in the way we were doing business. So we decided to acquire some Akaushi bulls and put on our Hereford cattle, and we really liked the way that worked. As we began to expand our program, we started to replace the old Hereford cows with Red Angus heifers, and breeding those Red Angus cattle to the Akaushi bulls is a little better fit than what the Hereford was. The Hereford worked very well. The Red Angus works even better. We don't have any trouble with them. We handle these cattle horseback. I spend a lot of time afoot with the cattle in the pens, but because the cattle were started right at Heartbrand where those calves were born, those cowboys over there have done a great job. And because they're started right and developed very well as calves, and anytime we drive through those pastures looking for bulls, we always find those bulls with cows. They're not under shade trees. Those bulls are always out with their cattle covering those cows, and that's what we want them to be able to physically do day and night.
Our family's been ranching on the Texas Gulf Coast for 5 generations. We're mainly a cow-calf operation, and we're always looking for ways to add value to our calves. And in doing so, we saw the Akaushi cattle genetics and dealing with Heartbrand, and decided that'd be a way to even have more improvement to our calves and a better market value. Our calves that we've been weaning, the Akaushi calves have weighed right alongside of their mates that aren't Akaushi. So we believe they're doing a good job for us at marketing. We get a premium for the calves, and they're bringing about $100 to $150 more per head than the commercial calves, which is really great. That's what we're after, is more value for doing the same amount of work.
As part of the branded beef program, Heartbrand also offers producers the opportunity to participate in the Heartbrand Beef Buyback Program. The program provides a producer with the option to sell his DNA-verified Akaushi cattle as feeders, finished fed cattle, or retain them as replacements. To be eligible, cattle must be DNA verified to a full-blood Akaushi parent who is registered with the American Akaushi Association. Participation in the buyback program isn't a requirement when purchasing Heartbrand genetics, but it's a great option that gives producers the immediate opportunity to earn a premium.
So Heartbrand does purchase feeder calves as well as finished fed cattle, which is our, I guess, our preference. We will partner with our producers through the feeding phase. We want producers to understand the different stages of production that go into feeding an animal and what goes into making a finished fed animal. When people introduce Akaushi genetics into their cow base, they really open up their marketability of their offspring. If they choose to participate in our branded program or in a carcass quality based beef alliance, it gives them a clear advantage. If they choose to maintain those females as breeders, is also something that has really been a big trend, in those Akaushi females, Akaushi half-bloods or full-blood females make excellent mother cows because of the utter longevity as well as the fertility of those females. So most people keep the cow base that they are comfortable with, whether it's Angus base, Baldies, Charolais. If they like calving in the spring or in the fall, you choose when you want to calve, you choose what cow base you have, and then all you do is add our genetics on the top side into your herd, and then those offspring are eligible to go into our program.
We have sold 5 or 6 weaned calf crops to Heartbrand over the last 6 years now. That program has worked very well. Typically, all of the half-blood steers for the last several years, because the market has been so good, we have been weaning and backgrounding those calves and then selling those calves to Heartbrand, depending on the time of year and the conditions. Selling those calves back to Heartbrand weighing anywhere between 700 and 800 pounds. And we get paid very, very good premiums in that program. You know, we top the market with those cattle every time we do it, plus the premium added on top of them, and that program has worked very well.
The marketing program with Heartbrand has just been very easy to work with and deal with. Jojo Corrales is the main person I deal with, and whether I want to sell them back to them right off the cow or precondition them or send them to grass in Kansas and the Flint Hills and sell them, or partner with them in the feedlot, I can sell them at the end. Gives us a lot of opportunity to decide when we want to sell the cattle, and gives us a lot of options on, you know, what we want to do to fit our situation.
We're getting a good product, and we're doing that, and we're doing the same thing with our recip cattle the same way. We're bringing in heifers, we're breeding them Akaushi, so now we have a product that's worth a lot of money, and then we can turn that into a recip cow the next year. There is no reason why you would not want to sell your half-bloods back to them, unless the ones we keep for replacements. An old man told me one day, and this is kind of a weird saying, he said, if you put yourself around good people, good things happen. And that's what we've done.
Heartbrand beef ensures a high standard is maintained throughout the entire beef production process. When consumers buy Heartbrand certified Akaushi beef, they know exactly where it's coming from and can trust that it will be an exceptional product every time. Stay tuned as we travel to the Texas Panhandle to see how Heartbrand beef quality is upheld through the feedlot and packing plant.
Mosey on down to Music City and the 2017 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show. It's the cattle industry's biggest convention, and there will be a special event held at the Country Music Hall of Fame. And you can't afford to miss the huge NCBA trade show.
This trade show is one of the best trade shows that is out there, and there's no other place that, for those of us as beef producers, can go to have this much information in one place.
There's no better place for cattlemen and women to learn, have fun, and connect with fellow producers from across the country.
Been able to come and relate with other producers and people within the industry to better help me prepare my farm for the future.
Plus, you can't miss another edition of the Cowboys Night at the Grand Ole Opry. So plan now to mosey on down to Music City for the 2017 Cattle Industry Convention and NCBA Trade Show, February 1st through the 3rd. Visit beefusa.org for more.
Breeds of Cattle 2nd Edition is available now through this exclusive offer. This handsome deluxe edition is the perfect gift for that hard-to-find someone. This volume is exquisitely written and illustrated with full-color formal portraits. A fine addition to any den, office, or living room. It's sure to please and is available now. Order yours today.
Welcome back to the American Rancher. Bovina Feeders in Farwell, Texas runs 45 to 50,000 head of cattle and has been feeding Heartbrand Akaushi cattle for years. They have strict standards for feeding the Akaushi cattle, which receive an all-natural diet, no antibiotics, and are isolated from other cattle in the yard to maintain the integrity of the program.
They started feeding the Akaushi soon after Beeman's acquired the Heartbrand brand name. Gale started, they started with very few head. In fact, I mean, like one pen, and weighed them one at a time. As the program grew, we actually developed some pens and built some pens over there in that section specifically for Heartbrand. They have their own scales. We kind of do everything over there on their own. It has grown, you know, to where now we're feeding between 7,000 and 8,000, and I anticipate that to continue to grow. Opportunity had it, the weather got really bad, and they had dropped 2 bulls off here to deliver to a producer, and he couldn't come get them, and so the opportunity was there, and I bought them and I turned them out. So, and the bulls, they're extremely fertile. They're very, very good at covering a lot of cattle. Doesn't matter the terrain, doesn't matter the geographic location. Been fortunate to enter several of these cattle in a lot of carcass contests. It's like taking Michael Jordan to the church league basketball game. They cannot compete. I mean, it's amazing what you can do with them.
Down the road from Bovina Feeders, Cavaniss Beef Packers in Hereford, Texas completes the processing and packing for Heartbrand beef. Heartbrand Akaushi have high carcass quality and consistently grade and yield well.
Heartbrand beef first reached out to us to process their cattle 4 or 5 years ago. The Akaushi beef breed is really proven just about anything that you cross an Akaushi bull or genetics from Akaushi with, it will upgrade the quality grade of that carcass and of that beef. There's a high percentage of prime and a high percentage of upper 2/3 choice with the Akaushi. A lot of yield grade 1s and 2s, that meaning the back fat thickness is not overly large, but it's just in the genetic makeup of the Heartbrand genetics. Heartbrand beef has very high standards in their traceability chain through the American Akaushi Association, who tracks every single head of the Heartbrand beef and certifies that through DNA testing to be Akaushi beef. There's full traceability from when it first arrives in the pens to going through in a box. Our family has an Akaushi herd on our small cow herd that we have, but we have done that for 4 or 5 years on that herd and have good results. And Bovina Feeders, great to work with, just like the Beeman family and everybody involved in their production chain. It's a great relationship.
You're watching The American Rancher. Stay tuned.
Superior Livestock is proud to announce a new partnership with Biozyme Inc. Since 1995, value-added calf programs have created premiums when calves sell on Superior's video auctions. Traditionally, when ranchers think of adding value, it is derived from a quality health program dependent upon vaccinations. But together, Superior and Biozyme are putting a new twist on creating premiums for healthier cattle through a mineral supplement program. Healthier cattle are more profitable, and now cattle that have been fed a VitaFirm or GainSmart Amifirm-based mineral supplement for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction will receive the VitaFirm or GainSmart value-added logo in Superior's catalogs and on-screen as the cattle sell. VitaFirm raised targets cow-calf producers and is for calves that are raised on a VitaFirm fed dam and or was fed a VitaFirm mineral themselves during preconditioning for a minimum of 45 days prior to the auction and through delivery. GainSmart targets stocker, feeder, and backgrounding operators and will recognize calves that have been fed a GainSmart mineral for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction and through delivery. For more information, go to superiorlivestock.com or call 800-422-2117.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Some of the top restaurants in the country serve Heartbrand certified Akaushi beef because of its unmatched marbling and flavor. The combination of intermuscular fat, tenderness, and beefy flavor make eating Akaushi one of the best beef eating experiences. And as an added benefit, Akaushi beef is one of the healthiest sources of protein because of its high percentage of oleic acid, a beneficial fatty acid. For all these reasons, top chefs choose Heartbrand as the source for their high-quality beef.
I set out 2 years ago when we remodeled this restaurant to find two things. One, a beef program that I could stand behind and that I really valued and I thought had integrity because it's really important to me. And two, I was searching for the best steak, and just seeing how much passion the Beeman family and the whole operation, JoJo and all these guys, Cooper, I mean, they live it. They have an unbelievable amount of integrity in the product. And that to me was professionally, I want to stand behind these guys. I want to serve this because I know it's going to be a great piece of beef every time I order it. I think Akaushi beef is the only beef program that I'll serve for my career. Hubbell and Hudson stands for quality and integrity, and so does Akaushi, and that's why I support it. And the Beeman family's awesome. They're leading the way, in my opinion, in Texas beef. There's nobody that can compete with them, and I'm honored to be a part of their program.
The biggest challenge I think the beef industry faces is providing a positive eating experience for every consumer every single time. And Akaushi provides that positive eating experience every time, every day of the week, however often you buy that product.
What I take great pleasure in is giving people Akaushi beef for the first time. When they try that beef, when they have that, and many times they don't understand what it is, why I'm so passionate about it and why I'm so persistent that they try the beef. But whenever they try that beef, for the first time they have it, they have that buttery flavor, that super tender beef, and from the first bite on, they're hooked.
We wanted to build our program around consistency and DNA source verified beef. We wanted to ensure our customers that when they bought our product, Heartbrand beef, they were buying certified Akaushi beef that had been DNA verified. So our company has been committed to building the best quality, the best beef eating experience that a consumer can have, that they know when they buy Heartbrand beef that they can buy that beef. It's coming from a trusted source. As a parent and being involved in a business with your family, and as we've said, we've always taken great pride in how we treat our land and our cattle and being good stewards of the land. And the other part is that's great as a family is that when you see your children and your son that wants to carry on in not only doing what we've done, but working to make it even better. So, being involved, being out on a family business and seeing your children and now our grandchildren out here and they enjoy it and involve it, it's really a very rewarding experience.
I do this not because I have to. I do this because I truly enjoy it, because I truly believe in this company, and I truly believe that Heartbrand beef is going to be the best eating experience that you can have. I think they're ready.
You can order Heartbrand beef products and find recipes online at heartbrandbeef.com. To get involved with Heartbrand Akaushi Genetics, go to heartbrandcattle.com. We'd like to thank Heartbrand Beef and the people supporting Heartbrand's mission for sharing their stories on this episode. To get connected with us, visit us online at theamericanrancher.com or like us on Facebook. Until next time, I'm Pam Minnick. Thanks for watching The American Rancher.